Okay, we're going to discuss oiling of the lubrication of the chains. Very important. If you're single shifting the trailer 4 to 5 loads a day, 5 days a week, you start off lubricating the chain weekly. Okay, and by doing that, it uses the hydraulic oil from your prime mover tank. When you're unloading a load, flick the switch here to the right hand side, and there's a dripper system that will drop oil onto the chain on the driver's side. When you're unloading, typically you'll do anywhere between 1.5 to 2 revolutions. So when you're unloading, do that on the driver's side. Next time you unload, do it to the passenger side. 1 to 2 revolutions will be enough once a week to be able to do that. But what we find is, depending on the product you cart, if you're carting a dusty product, you might find you need to lubricate it more. And so the inspection is to have a look at how much oil is on the chains, on the rollers. I'm not fussed about the sides, it's about getting penetration into your rollers. So you might find that depending on how dusty it is, you might have to, even if you're single shifting, you might have to continue the lubrication more than once a week. We offer one solution for lubricating the chain. It's not mandatory that you use that solution. Some people use a dry lube or a graphite spray. Other people use a semi-fluid that they wipe on with a paintbrush. As long as you lubricate the chain, the most important thing is that you lubricate the chain and not ignore it. Otherwise the chain will dry out and you're reducing the life of the chain by doing that. Always remember to put it back to off, because if the PDO is running and you've got hydraulic oil flowing through the trailer, the drippers will be dripping to whatever side you've designated to. The downside is that you'll get oil underneath the body of the trailer and on your back of your prime mover. That's the only downside, and you're also using hydraulic oil for no reason. We run a pressure filter on the trailer, which is mounted next to the valve bank here. The pressure filter runs an indicator on top, which measures the difference between the inlet pressure and the outlet pressure. So as the filter gets clogged up, that indicator will go from green to red. If it goes from green to red, you know you need to replace the filter here. Otherwise, once a year, you need to replace the filter, and the specifications are in the manual here to be able to replace the filter. It's the same with the gearbox oil. The gearbox oil should be checked every 2 months, and there's a filler plug here to be able to check the amount of oil in the gearbox. And again, the specifications are in the maintenance manual.